everybody. This week we have a very theatrical one where we discuss why I don't like Wicked Act 2.
And other things. We have a respectable guest with us on the show today where we talk about art making, we talk about process, we talk about entrepreneurship, and
Selling it to Hulu.
Oh, I was going to say a rosebud full of cum.
What does that say?
Say it in unison.
Rosebud full of cum.
Hey, when you call in and leave us a voicemail, just pick it up.
Pick up the pace. And maybe if you're drunk, maybe think, hey,
do it the next
should
day.
I do this when
Do
I'm
it the morning
sober?
after.
Maybe write it as a note on your phone and then call and read that note if it makes sense.
BenDelaCreme is on the show with us today.
Eat a dick. I'm ready for death.
Oh.
Mom!
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom, you end up with a sloppy seconds. Oh, diva. Our number is 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspot@gmail.com. Now on with the show. How you slaps, you stupid little fucks, you not so fucks, you dirty little fucks. Welcome to Sloppy Seconds with Big Dipper and Meatball, and that's Big Dipper.
hello.
Hi.
It's drag, but it just looks like a bowling shirt.
Oh, it do. It's a vintage kaftan.
Where'd you get it?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, you love to get on a plane, fly all the way to Phoenix, say hi to your orange-haired friends,
Her name is Cheyenne.
and then go
And they're called the Best
shopping.
Friends Club. And they come to every one of our guest shows.
I know they do.
And I love to go shopping, but it's because
And then you come back from
vintage-
Phoenix with the
Vintage
items?
shopping is, well, no, if it's like a table and chairs, which I'm going out there to get, we'll store it at my friend's house and then I'll come drive down
U-Haul.
and pick it up. Or you haul it back. That's a good idea too. But vintage shopping there is way better because like old people hang on to their shit there because they have space. And here, I feel like a lot of people, anything nice and vintage that gets put out gets immediately bought up by the shop.
I'm actually
or like the owner
surprised
grabs it.
you don't go to estate sales here in LA.
Something about death. I don't want to be in a room where death happens.
Something about the spirit world.
And I'm like, what? Am I bringing that ghost home with me?
Sure. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay. Please welcome our guests. They are a world-famous drag entertainer, a writer, a producer, and they are eternally optimistic and insufferably joyful. Please welcome BenDelaCreme!
Hi. Listen, the best vintage, though, is inherently tied to death. That's just a reality. Because, like, you're going to get the best stuff when you go someplace where, like, a lot of old people have, like, a lot of treasured memories and then they die and you, like, scoop it up. That's how it works.
Died.
Well, she died. Well, I feel like that's a bunch of the stuff in Phoenix, but I don't have to walk into the home where it probably happened.
But,
'Cause the
like, if
last
you did, imagine what you would find.
Okay, so the last two estate sales that I went to here, when you walked into the bedroom, it was hospital beds in the bedroom.
Okay, that's
So you know
dark.
that they died in that
Discount hospital
room.
bed.
They were! They were
All right.
discounted!
You were talking about.
Yes! And part of me thought about maybe that way I'll sleep on my back. Because I cannot sleep on my back.
What is going on? Will you talk about this?
No, we won't talk about it right now. We'll talk about it
Okay.
on Tuesday.
Just having back issues.
How are you doing? Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Are you eternally optimistic?
God, no. I'm deeply pessimistic, which is why I use optimism as a...
Did you miss the season? Right? You said it. You explained it all there. Right?
Yeah. Pull it together, Dipper.
Got it. Okay.
Um,
Your turn.
So you're famous. You're constantly working. You were just doing cabaret shows in Chicago and Seattle?
Was I?
Were you?
Was I?
You need to read.
Let's start over.
Okay. What that question was is, you're world famous. You constantly have stuff going on. When you started out doing cabaret shows in Chicago and Seattle, did you ever imagine that this would become your life? That's what that question is.
We'll go over this later because that's not how this is worded on this out. And I'd rather just sit here and shoot the shit with you.
Then shoot the shit.
Why are you starting a fight?
Because you always throw me under the bus.
What were your goals when you first started? Did you want to be on RuPaul's Drag Race and then become a world famous drag queen and then travel around with a redhead alcoholic who's now sober?
Ew, no. First of all, Drag Race was not a thing when I started doing drag. Drag Race, like I had been, I don't know, I was in like my mid-20s when Drag Race started existing, and I had been doing drag, like, you know, I'd started doing it in the clubs when I was 21, but I really started doing it like as a teenager, you know, and so I actually was, for a long time, I mean, what I do is exactly what I did and what I wanted to do. I just never imagined I would do it like on the scale that I get to do it at. And if none of this were a thing and Drag Race were not a thing, I would still just be doing this exact thing, but just like locally in Seattle. You know what I mean? Like on a smaller scale. For the first like few seasons of Drag Race, people were like, you should audition, you should go on there. And I was like, but it doesn't highlight what I care about drag. And it's like, and it felt like a shortcut. I was like, all the queens I admire, Varla G. Merman, Coco Peru, Jackie Beat, Sherry Vine, all these people, they worked their way up, and that's why they're as,
I wouldn't say up.
Well, on a steady diagonal. Yeah. And and the reason they're so talented and have the skills that I admired is because they like figured it out step by step. And I felt like Drag Race would be like a shortcut, and then all these people would see me before I was like a fully formed, you know, like deserving of that audience, kind of like that's how I felt about it. And then I was talking to Varla G. Merman, and she was like, oh no, I absolutely would have done that if that were an option to me. And that's when I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do that.
Interesting. Well, now, you know, all the girls on there are 22 years old.
And that is reflected
in their abilities and skillets.
I mean, that is a thing for sure. You know what I mean? Like the thing I just said is a thing where it's like there are a lot of girls who are like, they're young and they're fresh and they're up there, and there's a lot of like awesome things about what they do. And also they don't have a ton of experience to draw from.
Right.
Yes.
Which is also why it becomes just like them referencing Drag Race. Like Drag Race is just a dying star folding in on itself. Yeah.
I think the same thing. They also, a lot of times it's like they get out into the real world afterwards and they're like, oh, I have to show up on time, but at my club in the middle of nowhere, I got to do whatever I wanted to do. And it's like, oh no, baby, now it's a business. No. Learn from this.
Learn something.
You know Tyra Banks?
Who?
Exactly. Tyra Banks. Not a drag queen, the lady.
I'm familiar.
She screams at people.
She does.
So you didn't imagine it to be on this scale. This scale comes with this other thing that's like celebrity and like fame and like influencer. I mean, like you have like social media numbers like an influencer.
I am so bad at social media. I haven't posted in a week. I realized today I haven't posted in 1 week.
I only post once a month usually.
But
when you're promoting the show, someone's doing that because you guys are posting cute little videos. And then remember one time you let me run your social media for a night?
Yes, that was very fun.
Nightmare.
No, it was the best.
I was on there just screaming.
Actually, we should do that more often.
Yeah, let's just trade Instagram. Yeah.
I would do your Instagram much better than I do my own Instagram. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you should come do it at Fat Slut because I'm never looking at my phone, and you were having such a wonderful time last night.
I was having an incredible
time. That was
a
crazy night.
I think it's, I mean... Precinct, I think, is my favorite place to go in LA, and Fat Slut is my favorite night at
and
Precinct.
Hot Dog. We had fun at Hot Dog that one time.
Oh, but Hot Dog is not at Precinct.
No.
Oh, yeah, no. Hot Dog is amazing. I love Hot Dog at El Cid, and I love Bitchin', and I love Fat Slut.
I tell everybody it's like, you do Fat Slut on a Friday, and you go to Hot Dog that Sunday, and that's like the perfect weekend if you're coming into town.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one was so great because Tammy Brown and Kelly Mantle are fucking nut jobs. I put them in that office, and I was like, just make sure you don't let too many people in here. And I opened the door, and there was like 30 people in the office, and I was like, well, no one's yelled at me yet.
It's a good time. It's good vibes.
So, yeah, but I want to talk about this influencer thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it's funny, like, because you're so well known, you have numbers of an influencer, but, like, you're not out here doing oh, this is my skincare routine,
Or
and this
I'm
is
going
my
to
dad,
Dr.
or-
Johnson today and he's going to inject my face.
Right, or
I mean, that is
getting a
largely just
BBL.
because nobody's offered. Like
no.
if somebody,
What?
Don't you feel like that's not your vibe though?
well, I mean, not really.
Could be for
So
the
I guess
right
that's
amount.
right. Like that's the like buttoned up optimistic vibe too, right? It's like the thing turns into the thing because
Right.
it's the thing that people believe in.
Because we
so
all
it
think you're so respectable.
you all think
You
I'm
are
such a
so respectable.
I am
though.
very respectable, but I'm not a prude. Those are two different things. But
I
I feel
guess
like
they
people
are.
treat me like I'm a prude because I am respectable.
You're
Are
not
there
still
things-
a virgin?
No, we were just talking about cummy rosebuds before we started
We
talking
were.
on here.
But
Are
not
there-
yours.
No, not mine. I'm respectable.
How do you win? are there,
I don't like
okay,
this
but-
game.
You can't win. That's not part of my brand.
yeah, okay. It's just confusion. That's part of your brand. Do you feel like there are things that you wish you got asked to do? You're like, huh? Why do people not think of me for that? Like in the world of gigs. Like, oh, why don't they ask me to host Porn Idol like all those other queens do? Or
Oh
like,
no,
do you know
girl!
what
I
mean?
have done porn.
Oh,
I
you
Yeah.
have. Okay. What?
Does it smell?
It's just the. Do a lot of British people listen to this?
No.
Okay.
I can look it up.
We
right
pull
now.
we pull numbers, but not British numbers.
Drunk British people, listen. They're a lot.
They're
She's
kind of
about
my
to
favorite.
go in.
Well, they also start drinking when they're 18, so they really
Yeah.
lay down a good base.
But like,
Lay down.
like those events at Heaven, Porn Idol and GAY. I mean, like those, like the interacting with those people is like next level. Like that is why I don't like. I love the. I also will say, right, because like Porn Idol's the thing where everybody like gets fully naked and it's just like whoever, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I loved that. Like I loved the variety of people who were up there and whatever. And what I didn't love is that I would be like encouraged to be like to like make fun of them. And I'm like, no, I want to be like, that's awesome.
yeah, good for
You know?
Like,
Yeah.
you're being butt ass naked, twirling
Yeah.
on a pole. Like that takes
Exactly.
real courage.
Yeah.
I would make fun of them, but
well,
that's my judge.
yeah.
because I'm respectable.
Well,
Mrs. Robo.
Because I'm respectable.
yeah. Well, you know, you put what you want to see into the world. I guess if that's what you want to perpetuate, then good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you're
what's
making your
yours?
own
Okay,
decisions
you-
and forging your own way.
United Kingdom, 7% of our listeners are in the
7%?
United Kingdom.
How many?
7%.
7. All right.
It's like
Not
low.
7 people, 7%.
All right.
7!
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're a respectable British contingent.
I bet they are.
I bet they aren't.
yeah,
We
that's
did a
true.
dating show with Dipper one time, and wasn't the winner from the UK?
Yes, he was. He was from Manchester.
And he was not respectable. He would have probably loved a gaping, cummy rosebud, I believe was what
He
we
was
were
hoping to
calling it.
gape and-
He was trying to
and-
gape and come in yours.
Yeah, that's right.
One of
Gape and come in yours?
yeah, he wants to put his gape in it.
I
no,
love that image.
How? You got to be flexible to be able to pull your legs back so you can do the good old butt bump.
It's got to be like at the end of that one movie where they have the double-ended dildo, and you're just both.
Have we talked about that new topping or like bottoming from the top sex position I've been seeing all over Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
Have you seen?
So like with anal sex,
I wish we had
The-
dolls.
the what?
I said I wish we had dolls.
Oh yeah, with anal sex.
Okay, explain anal sex to me.
It's when the anus is penetrated.
When an anus loves an anus very much.
Yes, when two ani are obsessed with each other's
Okay, all right.
Instagram accounts and they do a brand deal.
Okay.
The dicks go in each other's butts. No, where one person is laying on their back with their knees up
Mhm.
and
Their
their
dick-
hard dick.
Oh, yes,
up
I
into
have
the
seen
air,
this. Okay, yes.
And then
And
the
other
person on
sits
top
of them like a
Yes.
sits
chair.
and bounces. So
But
it
like the
looks-
legs are forward.
Yes.
Yes, I have seen this.
So it looks
I find
like
it fascinating.
the person who is fucking is the top, but they're actually getting penetrated.
yeah, I didn't know what that was called, and I was
don't
like,
know what it's called.
and
I'd say it's
it's called a
something
Freaky Friday.
Yeah, because you switch positions.
yeah, you get to experience
You
each
get to-
other's lives.
yeah.
You walk in each other's shoes, and then you come back having learned a valuable lesson, and you can
Yes.
understand each other on a deeper level.
And you can play
It's
guitar.
actually deeply intimate and very romantic.
It looks like it. It looks like it.
Who's Lindsay Lohan though? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's fairly clear, isn't it?
That's-
The Jamie Lee Curtis versus the Lindsay Lohan. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's the redhead.
Speaking of redheads,
Oh,
you and Jinx sort of carved into history as a duo, right? You work together all the time.
Yeah.
Your comedy partners,
some
your
stuff.
writing partners, and you've done tours and shows together. How did that come about? Like, how did you decide, like, oh, we're besties, let's do this?
Well, Jinx and I have known each other for a very long time. We were friends in Seattle before either of us were on Drag Race.
Oh, okay.
And we worked together. She graduated college. I was producing stuff in Seattle. We both had been told about each other. Her like favorite theater teacher ran a solo performance festival that I was in. And she told me, I have this student that's about to graduate that I think you should meet, and told Jinx, like, there's this drag queen in Seattle that I think you should meet. Anyway, I went and saw her do a show with Major Scales, her music partner, and it was so good that I said, well, we're either going to start working together or we're going to
I'm
be
gonna
like
kill you.
rivals. Like, those are the two options. So I cast her in.
So you said, we're going to be best friends and you're going to work together.
Well, I said, I'm going to be your boss. And I cast her. And I cast her in my holiday show. So the first thing we did together was a holiday show.
That is so fun.
Wow.
And that was a holiday show that I produced in Seattle. I did for 10 years. And then when it was time for me to move on from that project, I don't know. I asked Jinx what she was up to. I was like, I want to do another holiday thing. Let's try this. I don't know what we'll do. I don't know if anybody will want to see it. We did like 10 cities. We played pretty small rooms. And it just made a lot of sense. And the demand got higher. It grew exponentially. And it's been a really interesting journey because it's, I don't know. There's something about us as a duo that people really respond to over the years. How we work together artistically has really built. Like, I think our work gets so much stronger every year, not just like little bits, but like if we look at 2018 versus now, it's like we've really learned how to like make shit together in an effective way. But also we've had this long friendship that it has this element of that, that hard stuff, that competition and stuff that you like come up against, like that we came up against early on, that Drag Race culture encourages. We're constantly being pitted against each other, like in front of each other. Like, I can't tell you how many times people will say something to me trying to get me to say something negative about her. It's really wild.
Meatball cross those questions.
We'll just scroll down.
But it's like, so artistically, this thing has happened and developed, but also what it's allowed us to do personally is pretty phenomenal. Like, there's a certain kind of intimacy and trust that only happens with like high stakes art making.
Yes.
Sure.
Right? It's really vulnerable. There's a lot of people with eyes on you, and when you're just two people on stage for 2 hours, I mean, we have an incredible cast of dancers, but really energetically it relies on our relationship.
Right.
And that's a hard thing to pull off, and as a result, we've had to get really deep with each other as friends. We've had to really go through it. I mean, we've had to have full-on blowout fights and come out on the other end. Yeah. And that's a really special relationship. And she has always felt like family, but it's like in a very deep way now. And I'm really grateful for that.
Friends could never be us. You know what I mean?
But I mean, it's also familial in that like a sister, I presume, I'm an only child, which is,
Whoa.
But like what I hear
Really?
having a sibling is like, she's the person who's driving me the most insane, and vice versa,
Sure.
And that is where I think that familial piece comes in, where it's like, that's fine. We'll get through it. You're still like a ride or die,
Yeah.
What was it like going through like her sobriety with her while also like writing this newest holiday show? Which, by the way, Sony Hall Diva Dolby Theater. It was
pretty
huge,
cool.
and it was packed.
Yeah,
Because what did we see? The last thing we saw there, we saw the Hairspray tour.
We saw Hairspray there, which didn't have that many people there. And then your last show, I think, was at the Montalban.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like a huge.
No.
I saw it at
Sorry.
the Ace.
Montalban was 20. In 2020, oh my God, what the hell is that? Last year's
2022 at the Ace.
Oh, you're right. It was at the Ace. I saw that one too.
Ace is the one that got canceled in 21 because of COVID, which was the worst. That morning, we were staying in the Ace Hotel.
Maybe?
The Orpheum is where we did in 2022, and we did 2 nights.
Yes.
Which was
Incredible.
awesome, which was really cool. But the Ace is the day of the show. Everyone got COVID.
Yes,
and we
I
had to
remember
cancel
that.
the show that night.
remember
And people
that.
were mad at us. They were like, how dare you? I was like, how dare we have our tour canceled? How dare you?
I remember.
I was so mad.
Oh my God.
That must have driven you
And-
nuts.
Because
It drove me crazy.
to what you said earlier about like the stakes, like your stakes are even higher because you make the show. You're not hired by some producers
Right.
who say, we're going to do the financial risk. We're going to do the logistics. We're going to do the producing. You literally do all of it, including the creative.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's my production company, which means that it is always my money on the line, which is why when something like that happens, it's really.
You ever know
So
about
she's
that?
rich.
So she's
Girl,
got good
it's the
credit.
reason I'm
She's
not.
got the-
I was
Well, you're
just
telling me
having
that
this.
the fucking Hulu movie didn't pay nothing?
No,
The optics
it's
of
literally did.
what I do
You don't know her
is
life.
very funny.
Well,
Well, because it.
Streaming services do not pay much to
I
buy
know
that
to be
for
true.
content. No, but no, I do think it's like I don't know every other drag queen's life, but I know that the overhead of what I do is so high, the risk of the production stuff I do is so high that it is a constant game of coming out on top, then losing your shirt,
Right.
digging yourself out of the hole, having a great success, falling back down. It's like, it's not.
And you look at the books and you're like, wow, look at all the money we brought in from the tour. That's amazing. And then you're like, wow, we paid people an equitable rate and we like flew people appropriately and we didn't tell people to like load into the back of a minivan and drive 18 hours. So like now we have only this much money left.
Having scruples is not economically sound. Like one thing I'm really proud of is how well we take care of everyone we work with, whether they be like contractors that we're like hiring to create things for us, or our employees, our dancers, our crew. But I'll tell you what, the people who are not doing right by their employees and their contractors are much more wealthy than I am.
Right.
Yeah. Makes you want to treat people like garbage,
No.
doesn't it?
All right.
We could and then not tell anyone, and then no one would know.
Stop.
What?
We're going to
I
take
wanna
a break. If you love to shop, listen up. Have you heard of Rakuten?
With Rakuten, you get cash back and rewards on almost everything you buy. Just from shopping.
Exactly. Clothes, athletic wear, pet supplies. I'm talking about Gap, Adidas, and even Petco.
So I can buy a look, get new shoes, snag the cat some cute toys, and get cash back.
That's right. And you can even stack those rewards on top of sales and coupons.
That's cool.
It is cool.
But how does it work?
Well, partner stores pay Rakuten to send them shoppers, and then Rakuten passes on some of that money to the members.
Rakuten is really doing the most, huh? Love it.
Yeah, in the best possible way. Plus, Rakuten has 17 million members who are already saving. So, you can become one of them today.
Join for free at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app to start saving money now.
That's Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app today.
And get yourself some Rakuten.
You know, lately I have been trying to keep my wardrobe simple. I want pieces that are comfortable, but they still feel like put together like an outfit, and that's why I'm always reaching for my Quince items.
The fabric feels elevated, the fits are clean, and Quince makes getting dressed so easy.
Quince has all the staples for spring, like 100% European linen shirts and shorts starting at just $34.
They're lightweight and breathable, but still look polished. I have a bunch of their Pima cotton tees, and they're super soft and easy to wear and very breathable for the summer, for the sweaty body.
I just rediscovered this pair of linen shorts that I have that are so comfortable from Quince. You know when like something gets buried accidentally? I pulled these out and I was like, what have I been doing not wearing these?
And the linen doesn't wrinkle.
Period.
Plus, everything is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands because Quince works directly with ethical factories and cuts out the middleman.
Refresh your everyday with luxury you'll actually use.
Go to quince.com/sloppy for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada, too.
That's QUINCE.com/sloppy for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/sloppy.
Get yourself some Pima cotton!
Quince.
Quince. At Quince.
We all have days when we want to eat well, but just don't have the time or the energy to plan, shop, and cook.
That's exactly where Factor comes in. They deliver fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs right to your door.
With Factor, you can stay on track with your nutrition goals, whether that's high protein, balanced meals, or overall wellness, without any extra effort.
The meals are fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes, which makes it easy to fit into your routine.
You know, I love coming home after a long day and having a tasty and filling Factor meal. It's waiting for me, and I don't have to worry about shopping. It's quick and easy, and one less thing I need to think about when I get home.
You know, I'm feral for fish right now, and I always get my fix with Factor. I recently had their scampi-styled shrimp and salmon, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
So get Factor today and start enjoying delicious and nutritious meals.
Head to factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off and use code sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only, while supplies last until September 27th, 26. See website for more details.
That's factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50, like the number, off. Sloppy Seconds 50 off. Weight Loss by Hims is here to help you reach your goals.
Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications that are designed to support you in losing the weight and keeping it off, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen.
GLP-1s help regulate your appetite and eat less.
With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise.
And no needles needed. Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss.
And through Hims, you can just go online where you'll connect with a licensed provider who will determine if the treatment is right for you.
No insurance necessary either, and if prescribed, your medication is delivered right to your door.
Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/sloppyseconds to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you.
That's HIMS.com/sloppyseconds.
hims.com/sloppyseconds.
Weight Loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk AS.
To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com. And we're back!
What were some of the titles of the shows that you created in Seattle?
Oh, well, for many years, the holiday show, for a decade, I did a holiday show called Homo for the Holidays.
Love.
Okay, I love that.
And
I ripped you off.
I mean, it was hardly an original title.
I did a show called Oklahoma for the holidays. Thank you very much.
That's so crazy.
See
I
that-
did a show called Self-Sucking Twink Packing Me.
Oh, wow, this is a coincidence.
Yeah, how weird that we all did something very similar.
What else? I did a 4th of July show called Freedom Fantasia, which is one of the shows that I'm most proud of, which I really like.
Freedom Fantasia.
Well,
It sounds
and
like both absurd and hilarious, and also like some queen's very serious like gown package in her like evening gown. She's like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this
It's my
is Freedom Fantasia.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It was. That's a show I miss. I'm very proud of. I would never want to remount it in today's like political climate because like how.
Sure.
But it was a show that was like, 4th of July is a weird fucking holiday, and so it
Yes.
started out as just like a bunch of at the top. It's like a bunch of stars and stripes outfits and kick lines and like whatever, John Philip Sousa marches and like all sorts of like wacky costumes and fireworks and whatever. But then, as it progresses, it's like Dela finding out about American history as she's celebrating it. So then I have to like learn about genocide and slavery from a bald eagle puppet, So that's my brand, right?
Yeah.
Is that
very-
Dela
Education.
starts, well, that she also like, that's why she's eternally optimistic. And that's why she's like so bright eyed and naive and willing to go along with things, is because then you can really make her go through it in
Yeah.
a show to learn something, and that's like a fun journey. So that was another one. And
Freedom
then
Fantasia.
I'm still trying to bring back my old Halloween show in some form, but
What was it
it
called?
was called Gaylord Manor, and it was it's like based on like mid-century haunted house films, and people ask me about it only ran in Seattle, but people in Seattle ask me about bringing it back all the time, and it's the thing I've written that's most like a traditional play, and I really miss it, and I'm working on figuring it out in some form.
And
You
it's
should
just
do
because of
it.
its proximity
You
to
should
the
get
holiday
Peaches
show.
Christ involved too. She's a ooky spooky.
Oh, Peaches is incredible. Yeah, no. But I actually think what I want to do is revamp it. To just not, because it doesn't have to be Halloween specific. It's an ode to horror,
Right.
and my current trajectory is that I'm writing a lot more, directing a lot more, and moving toward producing a lot more for projects that are not just my own, which is, I didn't expect. I sort of fell into it.
Yeah.
But as it's happening, I'm like, feel this whole like new world. But I mean, I don't know why I would play this close to the chest. I'll put it out into the universe. I want to put Gaylord up off Broadway. I want that
do
show
it.
off Broadway. I don't care about being in it. I'll originate my old role, but then I just want it to be a show that exists, that I wrote and directed, and I'm super fucking proud of.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff I want to do. I directed Monet Exchange's last solo show. I'm writing
and
and
that one did so well.
and she's she's just wrapped up a run at Joe's Pub
Joe's
in New
Pub
York, and
again.
and I think
Amazing.
that
And it
show
was at that the festival,
Edinburgh, yeah, that's where it
Festival, and she like
premiered.
got like standing ovations every night for it.
yeah,
So
and
good job to you.
thank
I'm
you.
sure
Well, I mean, she did an amazing job, and I helped her write it, and we had an incredible time. And it's really what I've discovered is how much fun it is to help somebody else.
less fortunate than you.
Well,
You know what I mean?
somebody who maybe just needs guidance to do to do something more theatrical and to make it like Monet's show doesn't look like one of my shows. It looks like
Right.
the best version of a Monet show. And the fact that that's something I'm good at helping people tease out is something that really satisfies me and that I'm
Yeah.
proud of and I want to keep doing more of. I have a big co-writing, directing project next year that I don't think I'm allowed to say out loud yet, but that I'm very excited about.
Secret project.
Secret project.
But it is that thing where like, we've talked about this before, when you as a creative person, sometimes when you've been doing your own thing or been in your own world for so long, you can go like, how am I going to do this again? But then when you look at someone else, you're like, oh, I clearly see the vision. It's X, Y, and Z. No problem.
Yes.
That's like a really cool realization to have.
Yeah. And it's nice to like sort of be able to identify those like superpowers that like you feel really strong. You know what I mean? Like I'll never be the best singer. I'll never be the best dancer. And the more I like stop wishing I was and just start being like, oh, but I am the best at this.
Yes.
And that is so freeing to like stop clamoring to be the best at everything,
Just accept where you're at.
Start spreading the news.
Start spreading the news. How was it working on Drag Me to Dinner? You were like a huge part of that.
Yeah, it was really interesting. It was like very cool and an honor that Neil Patrick Harris reached out to me, and he reached out because he had seen the holiday special and he really liked that and he liked my sensibility. I was like grateful to hear that he wanted like a drag queen on the inside working behind the scenes because it's all too often that is not the case. We're just
Right.
we're just what's being passed down the conveyor belt. I got to work in the factory. I got to wear the hairnet. But I learned so much just being on a television set in that capacity. And my job wound up really being very different from what I think any of us thought it would be, because it was this first time project. I think there was a lot of like finding out what it was as we
Yeah.
did it.
Mm.
And so initially my job was more as like was going to be more like writing and consulting and like doing joke punch-ups. And I got pretty much fully moved instead into the role you saw me in, which was like on the floor, producing
Yeah.
with the queens. And it really just sort of fell into place in that way because of course, I was the only person who actually knew what the queens needed, and I actually knew how to support them in the way that would like get the best results. I knew how to like, I knew what it takes to pee and how long a pee break needs to be. I knew when we needed to be mindful that somebody's shoes could come off, and I knew like what queens need in order to feel like, so like the big thing to me was I was like, this is not gotcha television. And I was very like, I mean, it was an agreement, but I was also very like firm with production that I was like, I'm going to tell these queens that nothing that they don't want on the air is going to go on the air. Mm-hmm. Is that a promise that is going to be kept?
Right.
And, and I was really firm about that because like we've all had other experiences.
Yes.
And I was like, if this is going to be a celebration, then I want these queens in control.
It was also so nice just walking onto set that day. I knew that you were going to be around. Well, I walked on like this. But I knew you were going to be around, but it was just like so calming the minute. I was just like, oh, there's someone that's like, that knows what we need and that is here. And you were so supportive just like out of the gate for everybody.
Oh, thank you.
It was so nice to see you.
And
Now, who was the worst team? Who was late? It was probably me.
Girl, it's probably Raja.
Well, it was bitch pudding.
I have to go.
But it was probably my assumption coming from you producing, directing, creating, and making in like a bubble your beautiful holiday show for Hulu. And then you were like, oh, now you're a cog in the wheel over here. That must have been jarring.
I learned a lot, and I learned that I prefer to be at the helm. I'm
right.
like I
am the
it
captain
was,
now.
but it was also really like as a captain, it's really useful to have worked on a ship.
Totally.
And I learned a lot about what I felt from my vantage point worked and didn't. And that I think helped me to be even better when I am at the helm of something. It was really useful to learn those skills as a producer in that way. That type of unscripted television is, I think, not for me. Like I'm so into, I'm into scripted stuff. I'm into writing and which but I'm glad. I mean, I know a lot about a TV set now that I did not know before that, so.
That's amazing.
Do you know how small they were?
Oh my God. That set was
Isn't that
so
crazy?
tiny.
But then it, on TV, it looked huge.
That's a New York thing, man. It's like those stages in New York are teeny tiny.
Well, how big was the stage for your holiday show, the Hulu one?
Well, that we shot in Seattle. And also, by the way, that got picked up by Hulu. We made that with no promises it would go anywhere. We just released it on Vimeo.
Right.
And we did it. I mean, listen, I knew the thing was going to lose money. Here's the thing. I've never been a business person. As you can tell by I'm somebody who said I would not like $100,000, please. I would instead like my integrity. So it's like
I choose me.
I choose me.
Right. I mean, but that is my reality. And it might not be smart from a financial perspective.
But it is respectable.
It
is come Rosebud respectable.
It makes me happy in the way that also maybe having millions of dollars would make me happy. I don't know, but this makes me happy,
Yes.
And so I
we can always go back.
And you're a show woman. You need to be on the stage.
Well, and so with the holiday special, I put my own money into it. There was no guarantee it would ever make any money, and it was just because we didn't have anything to do that year. I wanted to keep the brand in people's eyes and ears, and I wanted to make a cult movie. I wanted to make the thing that I felt like was so weird and specific, people would want to watch it over and over again. And even if that was like a small amount of people, it would like dig into people the way like Psycho Beach Party is my favorite movie that I will rewatch constantly.
Oh,
Yeah. And
You're dark. Psycho Beach Party.
oh my God, have you seen it?
Yes, I had to watch it. I think for Dragula, we were watching it on like the tour bus or something.
It's
so camp though.
I love
good.
it. I'm about to go see Charles Bush in New York, and I'm so excited about it.
Ah.
But yeah, it's what am I talking about? Oh, right. Cult movie. Anyway,
movie.
it was never going to make any money. And then Hulu picked it up, and that helped a lot. But streaming services also do not pay a ton.
What other like pieces of media were really formative for you, like coming up with an aesthetic? Because you do have a little bit of like a vintagey throwback sort of. It seems like you're drawn to that, like a little rockabilly almost, a little.
Well,
what are things that
Little
when
respectable whore.
when you were growing up? Or
I mean, I
whatever?
attribute that to. I mean, I grew up in the '90s, and the '90s was obsessed with the '50s and '60s.
Yes.
Right.
And drag in the '90s was obsessed with the '60s, right? Like it was. I mean, when I first saw the Wigstock documentary,
Mhm.
right? All those queens were referencing that era or like that surrounding era, right? It's like, I mean, Bunny's a '60s girl, Varla Coco, all their looks are like 60s like lifts, you know?
They really are.
um,
And Jackie Beat was there too.
and
And her look was
A t-shirt and a choker.
it was timeless.
And a mohawk.
yeah.
It was timeless.
Rotund.
And you know,
It's
like
called Jackie Fat.
No.
Bitch, look at you.
Look at you. Continue. But yes, it was this lift on the 60s. They were all dressing like that. And also I like that everyone just had like a small wing and it wasn't about like big overdone
I
makeup.
love 90s drag. I love 90s New York drag so much. And I feel like that was hugely inspiring to me. But also like Pee-wee's Playhouse, which is also like a 50s, 60s riff, right? It's like
Right.
that is the show that like I am constantly referencing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the the Brady Bunch movie was huge for me. I was obsessed with Christine Taylor as Marsha Brady, and a lot of Dela's like her like perpetual like optimism and naivete where she can kind of say anything rotten but you don't know it because of the way she's speaking. That's all Christine Taylor's version of Marsha Brady.
Oh.
And the so that like 70s this like color aesthetic and stuff like really played it. Those were that's all the stuff I like loved growing up. But I was also obsessed with the Addams Family, everything Tim Burton. And that's like still reflected now. I mean, like I struggle so hard to wear anything that's not black out of drag, and I was so goth throughout high school. Like I was literally just all black eyeliner, like and so those were always sort of the two things I was drawn to, is sort of like really morose, dark, stylized comedy and these like really bright, colorful, vintage, like chipper things.
I love that.
I love that.
I think about that a lot because like it's a little bit of a, sometimes I feel a little embarrassed by it, but I've said it many times before that like Austin Powers was such a huge, impactful like movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so many, I think the reason it was is it's what I had access to, but it was all of the references in that film was actually what I was connecting to.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
all of the Fosse references and all of
that opening
the
choreography
color.
to
It's
Soul
incredible.
Bossa Nova
Yes.
is incredible. That opening sequence, first of
Yeah.
all, it introduced me to so much music that I love
Yes.
now, like Soul Bossa Nova, Nancy Sinatra, all of that stuff. Like the fembots are
Yes.
so incredible.
God.
But it's exactly that thing where it's like what we fell in love with were the things it was referencing that we didn't know about
Yes.
yet. And what I think is really, I'm grateful for that I think the queens I admired instilled in me was to go back and learn the reference.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that's missing a lot in contemporary culture, is referencing something that is actually like 14 references deep.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
like
Beyonce taught a lot of children should do that on Renaissance.
She sure did.
She was like, "Oh, I'm sampling this music. Go listen to the real one."
Now all these queens are gonna go country now because she's doing Act
Well,
2.
that's true.
You excited?
I
You're
didn't.
gonna get a cowboy hat and boots?
No, I've never been able to make hats work with the size of hair I like, either in or out of drag.
Your hair for the Christmas show. That was big.
Yeah.
How many,
I always
how
wanna
many
be able to-
units
How
you
many?
put
Yeah.
in?
How many bundles was that?
Oh, I did not make that hair.
Well, you don't even know
You
what
don't
goes
even know
into
what you
it?
pay for it? They don't say I'm
No.
making you a double, triple?
I say, may I please have some hair? And then I take it out of a box a couple weeks later.
Must be
Rich.
nice. All right, we're going to take a break.
And I
We'll
steal from Willem.
be right back.
And we're back!
Down.
Do you know Wicked?
I mean, I was just saying that since all the straight men I know were obsessed with the Super Bowl and all the gay men I know were obsessed with the Wicked trailer, I guess I now identify as asexual because I did not give one shit about anything that happened that day.
Just get up and leave. Wait, you don't care about Wicked at all?
I care about it fine. I saw it
Fine?
on listen,
I'm not a chewer.
I saw it
No.
I saw it on Broadway and I had a great time.
Second act is pretty much a snore, huh?
I liked seeing it. I like seeing it live on Broadway more than I would like to listen to the album.
Who doesn't like a live musical?
Who doesn't like the Wicked album?
I don't care for that style of musical where like
you
Bum,
like-
bum.
everything's sort of meandering and conversational and there's like you can't like hook into a melody because then it goes somewhere else because we're like having a it's like Frozen was the same vibe where it's like I'm on this side of the door, no I'm on this side of the door, and it's like it's just sort of
Yes.
like goes
Good vocal
That was a good
quality.
vocal, though. I'm upset. Don't try to outsing me here, Dana.
You're
This
on-
is my
you're on
shit.
our track.
I am the captain now.
I'm an excellent.
anyway it's not my vibe but
It's
And-
a good, we'll go see the movie.
and Elphaba's listen I just
Elphaba beans.
what's her name
Elphaba.
Elphaba I don't like flat hair.
Ooh.
Neither do I.
And that was, I have to say, the only thing I noticed in the trailer was I was like, I just wish she had some more volume in the crown.
Mm.
That's what I was thinking about the whole time.
I didn't like
They do that?
her green. I didn't like the color of green they chose for her.
Really? Would you want it brighter?
Or deeper.
I
But
feel like she
the
looks
color
great.
it was not for me. I didn't think she looked good.
What, you didn't like the braids?
No, I like the braids. I think that's a great update
Yeah.
because they're micro braids.
I just give me a little more height.
It's so interesting.
Well, that's for you. That's what you want for you, Miss Dela.
Yeah. And as we established, I like to be at the helm.
She,
So
She
the
is
next,
the
so
captain.
the
Wicked,
ladies in charge.
Wicked sequel. I'm putting my hat in.
I gotta tell you, they filmed them at the same time, baby girl.
Well, it's also very interesting. I don't want to get into this because you don't really care about the musical, but the second act of the musical is really bad. And so to split the movie into two parts, which is like the good one and then the bad one, why would you do that?
I think, yeah, why would you do that?
And then they said that we're going to draw from the book, and I'm like, I'm hoping they're bringing out the good stuff from the book.
Well,
Well, there's a lot
also,
of real fucked up shit that happens.
How
in that
long
book.
is the musical? It's not 4
2
2
hours.
hours?
Why do they keep making everything longer? Why was The Little Mermaid so,
It was so
long? The original movie is 70 minutes. And
Perfect.
it's 70
Perfect movie
perfect minutes.
Yeah.
And somehow they took out Les Poissons, which
Such
is
a
one
good
of the
song.
best songs.
Hee hee hee, ha ha ha.
They made all these weird omissions, and the movie wound up being like an hour longer?
Because they wanted to show you all the CGI that they did with her down in the underwater.
God,
Down in the underwaters.
There were parts I really enjoyed, and I
Oh.
thought Melissa McCarthy was incredible.
Yes.
I really enjoyed her performance.
She came to your show.
She did come to our show.
And she's been to, I've run into her at a bunch of shows. She was at the Juno Birch show.
Yeah.
She was at some other drag.
She's
queen
now
thing. She
at-
loves them.
No, she's great, and she was so nice.
She's the
Really,
nicest.
really like a genuinely sweet person.
I want to speak to the small hair.
Okay.
Because I think what happens is a lot of
Preach.
times when they make these like big films or TV commercials or just shows or whatever, and they're pulling from like the drag aesthetic or the drag reference, but then like they don't go there with the makeup or go there with the hair. It's like she's in this like flouncy pink good witch costume and then like flat hair, small ponytail.
Mhm.
Because they're like, but it's real. She's like a real person in this world.
But even in
so
the
she
Except
wouldn't
Ariana
have...
Grande's hair has never been that
Right.
small.
No,
Like, ever.
and even in the musical, her hair is like in these
Ringlets
ringlet
or
curls that
whatever.
are like really big.
Yeah.
But
It's
I always think
cartoony.
they do that thing where they go like, oh, we're going to pull from this aesthetic, but then they go, oh, but let's ground it in some realism.
Let's
and,
put on the
keep a
biggest
really
ham dress she can have.
muted makeup and small hair.
And that's all there is to say about these. But you don't like musicals in general.
No, I like musicals, but I
Name them.
Name them.
Name them.
Name them.
Listen, this is like weird. I just saw the touring company of Jesus Christ Superstar, and it is one of the best shows I've ever. Like the current staging of it is incredible. They do it like, first of all, I hate Andrew Lloyd Webber, but that is a good ass soundtrack.
That's an earworm.
And they approach the whole thing like a modern dance piece, and it is wild. The staging is incredible. The choreography is beyond, because that show is dense. There is no talking. It is a wall of music with endless reprises, but they made it so gorgeous. And anyway, it was phenomenal.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I love Little Shop, of course.
Oh, of course.
Obligatory. I mean, I love, whatever. Cabaret, Chicago.
The good ones.
All the good ones.
Oh, I saw Jinx in Chicago.
Yeah, she was
We
incredible.
were front row. She spat on us.
Well, welcome to the club.
Yeah, you got to be right up next to us.
So much. I can't tell you how many times I've had to like deliver my dialogue while like winking salt out of my eye. But I burst into tears when she walked on the stage in Chicago.
It was insane.
It was amazing.
The audience
really-
just like,
And it
I
just
think
got
she
announced that
a-
she's going back up. She's reprising the role this summer, like 2 weeks.
Oh,
Oh.
is this before or after Carnegie Hall on Valentine's Day in 2025?
Well,
It
that's
is.
I
in
guess before.
2025.
It is before, because that's a different year.
Why'd they announce it so early? Do you know why? A
Uh,
year in advance.
I do not know the reason for.
They
when
probably
the
do
timing of the announcement.
subscribers. They're in there. They've already announced their 2024 season.
Yeah.
and
It's
people
part of
have
the season.
subscribed. Yeah,
it's
part
not
of
like
the
it's
season.
not like a one-off thing. It's like part of the Carnegie Hall season, so it like goes with everything else. Man, I really want to tell you about the thing that I'm co-writing and directing next year, but I guess I can't.
Keep
Well,
doing that.
Yeah, keep doing that.
Well,
or
listen-
you could say it and then we'll bleep it.
Or
Or-
you could just connect it by the context of what we were just talking about.
She's gonna
direct-
off-Broadway Mount Gaylord Mansion.
No,
or
she's directing
writing-
Jesus Christ Superstar, starring, but her take on it's going to have Clay Aiken.
Okay, so Dela, because you are so respectable,
Oh my god.
and because you don't want to talk about your
Your
personal life,
rosebud cum hole
we thought we could listen to some voicemails
from our listeners.
Dear God, you make me sound like such a prude.
Have you ever had sex?
She's a prudish virgin. All right, here we
Just
go.
as I thought.
This is just a reminder that if you invite me over to your home for a hookup and I have to go through a gate that requires a code, tell me the fucking gate code before I get there, and then don't act crazy when I ask you what the gate code is. Like, know that shit. That's fucking annoying. And then also, if I have to exit out of a different gate than the one I came in, tell me that too, so I'm not sitting there at this gate thinking it's fucking broken because you aren't responding to my text messages. Let a faggot know.
What hour of the
Goodbye.
morning did this come in at?
Yeah, check. It sounds like it's like 3 a.m.
It sounds like
Wait, what do you mean don't act crazy when I ask? Like, did the guy goes, oh, God, I don't have, like, what do you mean don't act?
Probably.
Here's- yeah, I mean, right, yeah, I don't know. So, but
Based
like,
on
but wouldn't
context.
you, if this person speaking in this way was like, "Let me into your home. What are the numbers that I dial?" Would you be like,
When the gate
I'm like, never fucking mind.
comes.
But also, when I lived in an apartment complex that had a gate like that was like close to my apartment, instead of like making them go all the way through the main thing, I would just go out and get them. And then that way you can get, eyes on them up and down before they're
you
at
just
your
do
front
like a
door.
rope with a bucket and a string out the window,
Get in!
lower it down.
You send a remote control card. And you're
Put
like,
the
"Follow
lotion."
me."
Yeah.
With a little camera on it. I sometimes give people my address, but not my apartment number, so I can look out the window at it.
And then what happens? What if you
Have
aren't
you ever
into
just
it?
stopped responding?
Yeah.
And they see like
Is that you ghost it? You don't even say like, thank you, but not for
so-
me.
medical emergency?
No, because that would make them. What I actually do is I give them the apartment number across the street. And then when I see them like looking around, I'll be like, "Oh, I'm across the street in this unit," and then they'll come over.
But if not, then they're banging on that person's door.
If they want to bang, like
well, no,
if they want to bang on the door, I'm saying it's clearly an apartment. It's not like
that's
a house
kind
across
of
the
mean,
street.
Dipper.
Well, it's just a safety precaution for me.
But you're saying that if you're not interested,
These
in
are
this-
guys that I'm messaging with no photos, completely random.
Okay, but what are your so when you glance out the
You
window
thought we were
at
all
them,
going to be on your side. And
what
now
are
it's like,
your-
you might be sick.
but like what are you looking for that's making you decide whether
If
to be
I'm
this
attracted
cruel?
to them or not.
I see.
And if they drove 45 minutes from the middle of nowhere,
Well, often they're probably not doing that.
Dayla, this is fucked up.
This
huh?
is deeply fucked up.
okay.
It hasn't. Listen,
Dipper, leave this in, but I need the world to know this is fucked up.
I do this often, and I don't. No. Listen. I do the thing often where I don't say my apartment number, and then when they get there, I say this is the apartment number. I have only once ever ignored them.
Now I know that's a lie.
It feels like some major backtracking.
Feels like you're really trying to fix
You
it.
think I have time to do all that? I'm just saying that it happened the one time.
Time to not text someone back? Yeah, it seems like everyone has time
seems
for
like
that.
No time at all. Hey, watch. Hey, watch. I'm doing it right now. Oh, oh my God. So fast.
No, but you know what I mean.
No, next call, you fucking sicko.
Oh,
Also, what is
no.
this building with a separate gate that you exit out of? I've never. What is that?
It's
The apartment
these apartment complexes, like
complexes?
the Avalons or like the big mass ones.
Why are you living there, people? Move out.
They're overpriced and they're literally made out of Legos.
And they're so big. it
Why
takes
is there
you-
a separate exit? Like a like what?
I went to
Yes.
this
Okay,
guy's-
so I used to live in an apartment that was like that, where it was like there's one gate that lets you in, and then when you leave, there's like, oh, if you go down that hallway, there's a faster door that'll get you straight out to the street, but that door doesn't allow you in. You know what I mean?
I don't care for this.
It's crazy. You should be able to open your door and like be outside.
Well, not everyone
Hi,
has that luxury.
faggots. Hello. I'm calling because I've been noticing a trend in my life, not necessarily recently, but in general. Tell
it
me
the
why
speed at
some
which
of
you
y'all are posting
Everyone's so slow.
like on all fours ass pics, but you can fully see the red marks or the indentions from the toilet seat. Like, what is that? Like, is that if that's intentional, go off? Or if there's some like secret message that I'm missing out on, please inform me. But it feels way too frequently occurring to be like a scat thing. Have y'all noticed that?
Girl,
Is that gay?
no.
Wow.
Goodbye.
What is that?
I have not seen this
I
anywhere.
haven't seen that. Well, oh, no, I'm lying. I did see it once. And in my mind, I thought, why didn't you wait until the redness went away to then take the photo? I'm sure it's because they just got done douching. And
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
what
my
I was
hole
gonna
is as
say.
clean as it's ever going to get.
Squeaky clean. Snap the
Let me get a
pic.
pic. Or like they just shaved it and you
Ugh.
sat down to like clean it up. I think you should forgive them.
I was going
I
to say
think
it's probably a douching thing.
Yeah, I'd be more upset if, like, that one time that guy sent me a picture of his butthole and there was poop on it.
I like that far less.
Me too. Wait, what did I say?
Oh, the poop on the butthole is something I like hearing about that less than I like hearing about redness from a toilet seat.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I thought I said something else.
And a
You thought you said
I thought I said I liked it or something. No, I'm sorry. The way you responded was like, I don't like that. You're gross. Dipper, thoughts?
Come over to my house. I'll ignore you. All right, we'll be right back.
And
I I'm like,
No, we're
it's just
back!
once
And
or
we're back.
twice. Only once or twice.
So now it's once or twice. You see
know
how the
how-
story changes?
You know how when you,
This is why I have trust issues. It's because you don't know the truth.
you know how when you talk for a living, sometimes the truth gets blurred. Like you just didn't know what you said.
That doesn't mean I was lying. That just means that I said something and someone responded in a way that felt weird to me.
And then you said, "What did I say?"
Exactly, because sometimes I get my little words twisted. I'm not purposely ignoring someone. That is different than getting my words mixed
I did that
up.
because I didn't want to suck their dick.
Okay, yes, we know that. But we don't think that that's a good thing to do.
He only waited in the car like 20 or 30 minutes and messaging me, "Are you not there? Are you
You're
coming?"
Sick. You're sick. You're sick. But also, why don't you just ask these men for photos of themselves? And then you would avoid this whole thing.
Because I'm sick.
Dipper, you're a bad person.
The look in your eyes is that it's never once occurred to you to just ask for a photo. That's what your eyes just said to me. Is that an accurate reading?
No, it depends on how I'm meeting them or how I'm communicating with them. When it's like off these websites where it's very like
Websites, the World Wide Web.
On the website.
when it's off these websites where it's just like hookup and glory hole and no strings attached, like people don't share pictures.
But
They
that's
just, like
but they're not.
describe themselves, and then they say like, "No, I won't share pictures, but I'll leave if you're not into it."
Oh,
Okay,
they
well,
say
if
that.
they say that,
The consent piece was the missing part, which is also
well,
why
when
I'm
he's
doubting that it's
now
real.
adding
but
that.
yeah.
He's adding that into the story.
Well, then I feel
Well, it was
comfortable.
missing because it was
It-
not
it-
there
it- it-
earlier.
Well, then I feel comfortable saying you can leave, but if they don't say that, I feel uncomfortable.
Well, I'm glad that your comfort is what's paramount. Shall we listen to another call?
Yes.
Here we go.
Hi guys, so I want to share a nasty fuck talk story, but it's not mine.
Why is everyone
And
drunk?
I recently
I don't know. I just want them to
remembered
talk
this,
faster.
But my cousin told me about this couple we mutually know, and the husband took photos of his wife's mother while she was asleep, but I guess she was exposed in a way where he pretty much took nudes of her while she was asleep.
Dump him.
And then his wife finds it on his phone, but they're still together.
Dump him.
And I just can't, fathom that.
No.
And I,
No.
forgot about her telling me this.
Because you were probably high.
She told me this in October. And I just remember this in February.
Girl, the drugs. Stay off the
So,
drugs.
yeah. Goodbye.
All right, I missed the beginning of that because again he was talking too slowly, so I stopped listening. But what was the relationship between the caller and these
It's just
people?
his friend.
It's just his friend.
Him and his
The
cousin.
wife is his friend.
Yeah, him and his cousin know this couple.
Okay.
This reminds me of that
Did
story.
he ask for advice or feedback, or he just wanted to tell a
us
story?
something weird.
He just wanted to poorly tell a story.
Yes.
Okay.
With a lot of this is my
Dragon.
friends of a friend, and this happened, but I'm about to do the same thing.
Oh, you are?
So buckle up. Because this reminds me of a story that I heard about a
About some people that I don't know.
couple in the UK were getting married, and they threw this bachelorette and bachelor party together. And part of it was that they all went to this sex club or whatever, but it was the parents were invited, and it wasn't an X-rated club, but in the back they did have these glory holes, and on either side of it you could press a button, and if both people on either side of it press the button, then it would raise the thing and show you who was on the other side. And so this girl was sucking.
That's like a dating game.
I know, but this girl was sucking a dick, and she was loving it, and she was having a good time, and so they both pressed the button, and it went up, and it was her dad.
That sounds like an urban legend.
That sounds like a playground.
Sure, I'm just telling you what I heard.
Wait,
From
who
a
did
friend
you
of a
hear
friend
this
of a
from? A
friend.
friend of a friend of a friend. Okay.
I'm telling you the exact same story that I just heard.
I see.
Next call,
But yours was more interesting.
Well, it was better told.
It was better told.
because I was
Told
speaking
better.
quickly.
There was an economy of language.
That's right.
Economy.
Okay, hi. I literally paused the podcast after I heard the blowjob question because I am someone who loves to give a blowjob. I love.
We had someone ask about.
How to give a blowjob if
Yeah.
you don't really love it.
I'm having fun. They come and I'm like, okay, so let me keep sucking the dick. And they're like, no, I'm really sensitive. I just came. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not done. So one piece of advice I'll give you is that if you're not enjoying it, like if you're not having a good time, they can tell. No amount of like, yeah, is going to help if you're not enjoying it. So pretend like it's whatever it has to be so that you can get it down your throat and really suck on that shit. You will find it's really, really fun. Getting choked is really great. When you get choking on that dick, it's
personal
perfect.
preference.
It's amazing.
This is
Especially if you're into like impact play, that's a different way to get the choke in, or like without having to physically be choked or physically be slapped. Like you get that same blackout kind of deal. Suck on that tip a lot and suck hard. Cover your teeth with your top lip and suck like a vacuum all the way up and down. Obviously, when you get it down into your throat, you're going to have to be a little more careful because you can't really cover your teeth. It's a lot to think about. If you are gaggy, think about your breathing. Think about in through your nose, out through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose. That will help
the
because I
available
tend to get
holes, got
nauseous
it.
a lot. I actually have a really bad gag reflex aside from when I'm sucking dick. And remembering to breathe will help. I can't think of anything else right now, but I might call back. Goodbye.
This was not
that
about
was
giving
not
advice.
That was literally about you being like, I like to get fucking slapped around, and if you want to do it, do it. Like, that's not gonna. I think we gave better advice.
I feel so happy for her that she enjoys all those things and
Yeah.
that she knows it and that she's getting to experience it. But the advice that if you don't like it, just do it anyway is
Because-
not good advice.
She was like, just go for it because it's going to be really, really good.
Also, can I say that I've never understood the thing about like tucking your lip over your teeth? I find it very unpleasant.
How?
When
What?
you're giving,
No, how you never seen that before? Thing? I mean, I tend to think of
I
it
use
as
my
like
teeth, apparently.
yeah, you do.
no, that thing is like that's like
That's like junior
I don't
high.
know. It's that I was gonna say that is like in this current political climate, I
shouldn't
hesitate to
say
say
that
it,
out.
but it is like that is when a person on the younger end of their sexual journey
Who
is like
doesn't know
trying to
what they're
figure out
doing.
how to
Yeah.
do stuff, and they're like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to scrape my teeth up and down it, so I guess I'll look like I'm like doing like an old folk impression with like my dentures out. Like it's and it's very I like a lot of lip involved in everything though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the full experience from top to bottom.
Tip to taint.
Tip to toe.
I wanna.
Yeah,
I
you
like a lot
getting
of
your little
lip.
piggies eaten. Your shrimps.
It's not like a thing that I crave in life, but if the other person is into it, I'm like, yeah, I can get on board.
I'm always like so not into it. Meatball loves her feet being sucked. And then like if I'm on a massage table and the guy like puts his mouth on my toes, which has happened a few times, I'm like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
Feels great.
Got them hobbit feet.
Yeah, no, but I do. It's like I can enjoy it if it's like a thing. It's not like a thing I would
Sensual.
request.
That wasn't advice, caller. That was terrible advice.
That was just. There's a lot of storytelling to that.
Bragging.
Everyone's bragging.
All right, last call. We'll see what it turns out
Oh
to be.
no,
Oh no, I think this is.
it's another like.
Hi. Hey,
No.
What?
Hi. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
What is wrong with your listeners?
Hey, listen to look at us. This is the listeners. We don't get the listeners we want. We get the listeners we deserve.
7% in the UK, baby. Sucking dick at their dad's dick at the bachelor party. Okay, hold on.
Hi. Hey, Meatball. Hey, Big Dipper. I have a question.
And
When did we go from having straight men want to beat us up and, kill us and bully us
Wrap it
to
up.
now queer baiting and wanting to be us? Like, it's still so frustrating. I can't! Anyways, goodbye!
well, I guess that was a question, even though it was rhetorical.
I do find that interesting though that like so many like right now queer baiting is like such a thing, specifically on like Instagram and TikTok. These guys are just like, oh, I know my main audience is gay men, so I'll shake my ass and I will jiggle my balls and dicks and then try to sell stuff to them. But then like I have a wife and I actually hate gay people. Like if I run into them in real life, they don't want to talk to me.
Wait, is that like a Is that last piece like a confirmed thing that's happening, or is that just an assumption?
Assumption.
That is a great
What did your sister call it?
qualifier.
Because I don't see a problem with anything you just said except for the last piece.
I don't see a problem with them gay baiting and trying to sell to us, but I do see a problem if like they don't speak about
Like
stand up when it's time to stand up for gay rights.
Okay,
Things
yeah.
like that, because it's like then you're just using us for money.
100%.
A fabricated opinion.
Fabricated
I feel
opinion.
that more in celebrity culture. I feel that way more in celebrity culture than I do in like TikTok culture.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, especially, I don't know, like younger people, there's just different conversations and a different understanding happening around sexuality.
Completely.
And it's, and it's just so different. I like don't even know, but there are a lot fewer walls up, boundaries between these things, and like I don't know, it seems, I mean, to speak to this caller's rhetorical question, like I prefer hot guys on Instagram showing me their balls to them pushing me into a locker in high school.
Yes.
I prefer this.
Yes.
So if
want
those are the
both.
two options we're talking about that this person has presented, I think that
Yes.
we are in a better direction.
My fear though with this kind of thing is always like the challenge of when you think about, the upcoming election and like maybe how aggressively things might swing again more to the right, the idea that these people who are dabbling or playing or able to say like, wow, I post jerk off videos, I'm looking at straight porn and I'm jerking off, but 90% of my audience are gay men paying my bills and this is this great thing. But I'm not gonna like say anything when people's rights are getting stripped away or people are being persecuted for their identity or anything. And I'm going to sort of back into the shadows. So I think that is that kind of fear, but I think it just comes with progress.
I don't feel differently about drag audiences who don't support queer rights. I can't tell you how many conservative people I have had in audiences who I like. There are so many conservatives and Republicans who watch Drag Race.
Right.
And like that to me is deeply upsetting. I got in a fight with a woman after one of my shows because she self-identified as a Trump supporter. And I was like, what the hell do you think you are doing here?
Yeah.
Getting to reap the benefits of my genius. That infuriates me.
Yeah,
and
completely.
like, and I absolutely 100% see the correlation and why these things are the same. And just for whatever reason, like one of them gets me more worked up than the other. But then I also feel like, and this is not contrary to what we're saying, but I'm also like, how many actual queer people who are complaining about this shit are also not actually showing up?
Ding, ding, ding. Meatball, where were you on January 6th?
I was at the Capitol.
Oh my God, my uncle was at the insurrection.
No!
He used to be a Democrat. When I was growing up, he was liberal. And I found this out like through like 2 degrees of removal in my family. Like I stopped speaking to him during the Trump election because he and his wife voted for Trump. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? He was at the fucking insurrection. Isn't
And I
that
bet
wild?
when they voted for Trump, they're like, it's not going to be that bad. Everyone calm down.
Well, they actually technically stopped speaking to me because they live in New York. I was in New York. I was doing my Dante's Inferno show that I wrote in 2016, which was very much about the political climate there.
Right.
And they came to see it because they owned a house on Fire Island. He played piano for a drag queen on Fire Island. She wrote an article for a Fire Island newspaper called Fag Hag. And they came to see my drag shows. I had no idea of their political leanings at this time. They came to see my show. It was a lot of it was a lot of commentary on the political landscape and condemning Trump. They left halfway through and we had plans for lunch the next day. I just never heard from them again.
Politics ruins families.
Isn't that wild?
Bad politics.
Human rights.
That's insane.
Literally because I was a drag queen who said Trump bad, and they were like, "What?" How?
And it is oftentimes with people like that, it is such like a one-way street for them. They're like, oh, well, you, XYZ, and they're just like fully hypocritical, fully doing the exact same thing on their side and can't understand it. Gag
That's so
City.
sad, though. I'm sorry.
Porn.
Well, Dayla, thank you so much for being here today.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I honestly wish this was like a 4-parter. I really like talking to you guys.
You live here, right?
I do live
here.
here.
Have you back.
Let's do it more.
We're going to have you a fat slut, too.
I have one more voicemail I could play.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Hi, big fan. This is my first time calling. I know this isn't really a talk story, but might be the start of one. I don't know. So I've been going to drag race viewing parties, and this guy's been showing up, and I have a horrible, horrible memory, especially with faces. And I just realized that he's a guy I've been talking to on Grindr, and I acted like I didn't know him, and now I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Any help would be appreciated. Thanks. Love you too. Bye.
3. Love us. 3.
3 of us.
There's 3.
And we're all deserving of love.
Porn.
What was that?
So they go to a drag race viewing party and they keep seeing this person there, and that person is someone that they're talking to on Grindr, but they didn't recognize that until recently. So it looks like he sees them and is like pretending like he doesn't.
Well, the
know
other
them.
person didn't say anything.
Exactly.
That is exactly what I was gonna say.
What is that hurdle? Because I have felt that hurdle before with like someone that I've messaged with or texted with or like DM'd, and then when you see them out and about, you're like,
shame. It's shame about being on the apps. It's shame about being like, come to my house and then looking out the window and then not letting them in. It's just shame.
It's also that the more we're on the apps and the social media and interacting through screens in general, the worse we are at real-time interactions. And we
like
actually just don't have the skill sets to talk to other humans in real time.
blar blar.
Blarb. I completely agree.
Did you get the joke?
Uh,
That we weren't
we
able to
couldn't
talk
talk.
to a human being
Oh.
in real time. Blarb.
It was I like
Because he
that.
does jokes.
That was very good.
He should
joke.
write a little play, right? He should put on a little Hulu movie.
You should write Meatball the Musical.
I think I'll write
What you should do is if you now recognize them, you should walk up to them and be like, "Hi, I didn't realize that it was you. You look a little different, but I also have face blindness."
Right,
in the curve."
that's the thing. Is like just the thing.
face blindness.
I tell people that all the time. I'm like, I'm sorry, I know your face, but like I do not recognize where, when, or how we
Well,
met.
it's also here's the other reality is that we as people in the entertainment industry meet so many people, and like if you're on the apps and stuff, you're talking to them. It's like it's
and
also
you're
just
scrolling and you see 1 million people.
it's
like,
also
we don't
just
know
like
who you
it's
are.
okay for us all to just admit that we have trouble recognizing each other sometimes and just be like,
Yes!
hey, remember this universal experience that you and I and everyone we know is having? Well, I'm having that right now. That's a nice bonding moment. Nice
Right.
to meet you.
I
Can
think
I
it's
suck
so
your
much
dick?
easier just to be honest with people than then be like, what do I do? How do I do that? Just walk up and be like, I don't know where I recognize you from, but like it's somewhere, right? We've talked.
Or give him the old.
Because I was just at a house.
This you? Hold the profile.
This your
up.
dick? I was at a house party the other night and I was like talking to this person and like finally by the end of it I was a little tipsy. And I went, I know you from somewhere and I feel like maybe I stalked your Instagram or blah blah blah. And he was like, 2 years ago we talked on an app. And I was like, there it is.
And there it is.
But he also did not say anything and he knew.
Yeah.
He
So,
knew.
No, let's all just let's normalize just saying shit.
Shit.
Well, Dayla, thanks so much for being here. Where can people find you? What should people look forward to?
You can
What are you
find
working on?
me? Oh my god. You can find me on the internet at BenDelaCreme across all platforms.
She might post this week. She's an influencer.
I might post this week. Yeah, it's been it's about 8 days. I'm due.
Dude.
I think I'll. Oh, what was that?
The meatball slight.
The battery
Oh.
died.
I think all my projects are not yet to be announced, which is a bummer because
You
I
have
want
merch
to tell
or
you guys
something?
stuff.
You got merch?
I have
You got
all
merch?
sorts of merch.
You
Yeah,
got
go buy the Dela merch.
Go to BenDelaCreme.com and look at all that merch.
Get those Christmas socks, wear them next year.
Yeah.
What state
And if
is
you
your
haven't
merch
seen the
held
Jinx
in?
and Dela holiday special, you can watch that at any time at jinxanddela.com.
But they really push it during Christmas.
Yeah, we
It's
do.
at the top of
Hell
it.
yeah, we do.
Hell yeah, bro. Fuck yeah, watch my Christmas special.
But actually, by
Holiday.
the time that people might be listening to this, there might be all sorts of exciting announcements across all media
slide 'em
platforms
in.
at BenDelaCreme.com. So go look.
Love that.
Love that.
Where is your merch housed? What state?
In California,
Oh,
yeah,
love.
locally sourced,
Meatball?
Is it?
locally stored.
Lowly stored.
Meatball.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Sloppy Seconds. You can follow us on Instagram at SloppyPod. You can send us an email to sloppysecondspod@gmail.com or call in with your own fuck talk story. Please send stories, not whatever this was. today.
Louder, faster, funnier.
Thank you so much. Goodbye. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't ever miss an episode, which come out every Tuesday and Friday.
But where would they call?
Oh, our number?
Yeah.
213-536.
Yeah.
9180.
And if you want to sign up for Mom Plus Gold, you can do that at mompodcast.plus. If you sign up for Mom Plus Gold, you will get all of our episodes ad-free and 1 day early. You get full Friday video episodes with our special guests, which means you can watch the whole thing. Plus, you get monthly episodes of Sloppier Seconds, plus a little BTS. And in March, we're going to invite you all onto the Zoom call while we record an episode, so you can do that too over there on Mom Plus Gold. Suck a dick!
To get access to our full uncensored video episodes ad-free and 1 day early, sign up for Mom Plus Gold at mompodcasts.plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom.
Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball.
Engineered by Margot Padilla.
Editing and sound design by William Pitts.
Executive produced by Willem, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, and Joe Cilio.
Our artwork was drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.